in the early stages of Trump's presidency, first presidency in 2017, that as early as 2016, Hillary Clinton, President Obama, the FBI, the intelligence community, the Department of Justice conspired together first to take Trump out of the race and then later to scuttle his presidency, to burden it with so much investigations and allegations of wrongdoing that Trump would be forced to step down. Now, that's the that's the thumbnail sketch of it. Is that a crime? Well, yes, of course. There's multiple felonies involved here. Do some of those felonies fall within the statute of limitations? Also, probably yes, but things need to get moving on this quickly. So one thing that I look at is some of these crimes, some of these predicate offenses, for example, would fall roughly in the 10-year mark. So if you're going to see arrests, if you're going to see charges getting filed, they basically need to get filed within the next year, within the next 6 months, maybe even. Okay? So I don't have a crystal ball. I'm just telling you, if the charges come, they have to come within that 10-year period. And we got to get with it. So does that mean that Obama gets arrested next week? Well, no. The way a criminal investigation works is you have an allegation. You have to, put the evidence together. You've got to get an indictment or at least, file charges. And all of that requires a tremendous amount of legwork. Now, presumably, just because Tulsi Gabbard is talking about it now publicly doesn't mean that the Department of Justice hasn't already been working on it. It's very possible that they began working on this, quote unquote, on day one. I'm just a little concerned, look, again, the Department of Justice is bigger than the Attorney General. I'm hoping that there are enough, quality attorneys, high-ranking attorneys, and also support staff who are experienced criminal prosecutors, who are allies of the president, who are themselves perhaps people who have been touched by this lawfare that was initiated by Obama, Clinton, Brennan, Comey, et al., who are in there fired up, working 7 days a week to make sure that this gets done. But folks, it's not enough to just wave a magic pen. The way these prosecutions work is you've got to put in a lot of effort, a lot of hours. You've got to meticulously document the allegations, make sure you have evidence to support each and every one. Then if you want a grand jury indictment, you've got to present the case to the grand jury wherever it's convened.